I know these maybe are not often kind of utilized. Well, I mean, you're not necessarily going to always do what I'm about to show you, but you've seen enough quadratic formula. I don't know that you need another quadratic formula type of a problem. And so what I would do here in this case here, since there's a coefficient of 1 and that's an even number, I can complete the square here. I'm going to take my x squared plus 14x. I'm going to leave a space here and say it's equal to negative 65. I'm going to go ahead and add 49. Where do I get that? Half of 14 is 7, and 7 squared is 49. So if I add 49 over here, then I've got some combining to do here, some factoring to do over here. I got an x plus 7 squared is equal to, looks like 16, but it's negative, so a negative 16. If I add 49 to negative 65, I'm going to still end up with a negative number. So what you do here is you take the square root of both sides. Keep in mind you have an unlimited supply of pluses or minuses. Make sure you use them. When you take the square root to solve for x, make sure you remember that you have a plus or minus answer on this side. And since it's the square root of 16, negative 16, it would be 4i. Since that's an I, it's not a like term with that, so when you move the 7, you get x equals negative 7 plus or minus 4i. That's your answer. X equals negative, oh wait. That's my solution. I think I was supposed to say complete the square, CTS. You have the answer there. I've circled it. I'll put the type in the box. Here, you should look at this and say, oh, it's a square root. Well, I'm going to square both sides because eventually I know I'm going to get rid of that radical. I know I'm doing it out of order. That's okay. We'll get over it. We're going to subtract 3 first. That gives me a 32. Then I'm going to divide by 2 to get rid of that. This is gone. Now that's gone. Now I've got the square root of 2x minus 5 equals 16. And I'll tell you, folks, for those of you who don't like to fully include your brain in these problems, this is set up to make you trip and fall. You see the square root. Some of you just try and say, oh, I'll just take the square root and get 4. No, 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 people. Everything we've done so far is the opposite. It was a plus 3, I subtracted 3. It's a times 2, I divided by 2. This is a square root. To get rid of it, we got to do the opposite. The opposite of a square root is a square. We have to square both sides. Okay, 16 squared is, I believe, 256. Yes, it is. 2x minus 5 is then equal to 256. All right. So now we add 5 to both sides. That's going to give me 261. So 2x is equal to 261. When we divide by 2, it's not going to be a whole number. That's the answer. You can leave it as a fraction. You can say 261 divided by 2 is equal to 130.5 or something like that. Okay. So keep it like that, or say x is equal to 130.5. All right.